by Tom, man, but you can call me your Uncle Tom. Oh, not me to show that, y'all. Hold up, my fault. Can I get my webcam? Hold on one second. It's not worth it. Sorry. No. Well, dang! Thanks for walking in my street. Sorry, by the way, Chad. If you hear my mother in the background, we just got home. Just got my food and all that stuff. Got my Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna eat after this stream. Not after the stream, but after I do this, and. You know, I just want to first off by saying this. I hope everyone here had a Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I hope everyone stayed safe out there. There we go. It's sad that I have to do this. I can't cap with y'all. I don't like having to badmouth people. I don't like having to be this, I wouldn't say negative, but like, I don't like being on people's head all the time. It's not fun. Contrary to popular belief, I'll do it. Like I said, I have to do it just because I have to be fair, hoping change can come out of this, and you know, positive things happen. So bear with me, everyone. I'm gonna make this all make sense. For context, let me pull up the original post so you all know what I'm talking about. Because what I've said, yo, Happy New Year, Laura. Thank you all for coming to stream. I'm gonna pull up the tweet, or no, I pull up the post I made. We'll read the comments in a little bit. Let me zoom in to make it better. Well, good. Now I made everything look big, so that's great. Not. But yeah, no, this is not the time for trolls. This is not the time for hate. Everything I'm about to say here is coming from the heart. No beef. I don't want to have any beef with these people no more. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be clear up front. Everything up to this point came from the point of no hate. There was not 1 ounce of hate I've made in any post I said. The reason why it took me so long to respond, obviously, number one, the holidays, we're still in the holiday season, realistically. But, like, I couldn't delay this any longer. But number two, I wanted to provide feedback of what I was seeing over the last few months and try to spark some positive change. For those who don't know, because I know a lot of people don't, I'm gonna zoom back out. This is Game Show Pony. I'm currently at 703 subs. I thought there were 705. Maybe I'm tripping. For those who don't know, also my channel's just hit 515 subs. Thank you everybody who have subbed. Much appreciated. I really do. It's a big deal for me to. First of all, let me drop a bomb before I say anything. I like giving fair criticism to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I think every channel, good or bad, deserves some feedback. And the way I run things here, even though I may not agree with the negative feedback, I will want you to say it to my face that something is functionally wrong than, you know what I'm saying, like have it be hidden. You know what I'm saying? I actually did take notes, so we are going to discuss all these notes, and you know what I'm saying. Oh, everything's up. Just want to be clear. This comes with no hate. This is not my typical exposés or when I do these, like, because I have to do, unfortunately I've done this twice in them now. This is not going to be the normal one because I actually wrote some notes on this one and I actually came prepared. For those who don't know, Game Show Employer and I had some beef. That was long ago. I got banned for that server. I'm not even worried about that. That's not my priority. What triggered me to say I made this post. Hold up, let me pull it up. And we're gonna read it together, make sure everything's square, because I want to make sure I'm not tripping. So I just gotta stay hydrated too, y'all. Stay hydrated out there. We're gonna read this post together. I want you to pay attention, and I want you to keep in mind what the purpose was. And I'm gonna say it up front. This post was referencing another user named Blanky or TRG Boppus. I don't remember the YouTube name right now. And I was just basically was referencing what they have said and what have told me about the community, and a lot of things I did agree. And naturally, as someone who wants to help out the community, I made this post. So let's say, so I'm gonna start from this post. And the real reason why I made this post, can I go back to GSE tab? Was, oh my gosh, we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna skip. I think they posted someone. This is not it. It was I have to pull up the Discord post because I swear they said it. Basically, I want to say this right now. They upped the limit to the age limit to 13. There originally was at 18. I don't know what the post is. I don't freaking remember. We'll get it right, but I'll find it if it's on. If I can find the Discord one, I'll go look for it later and I'll post it on like a community post or something. But it made me wonder. Damn, like this is taking steps backwards because I'm gonna speak on some things on the notes I said. There is a lot of controversy when it comes to adults hanging out with minors. And I want to be clear up front. Everything I've said and done up to this point, I take full accountability of. 1,000,000%. All of the things that you have seen me done, I've made sure to take full accountability of, and I made sure to and I actually, when I made this first post, it was a little on the emotional side, but I actually double checked to make sure I was okay with this. If I wasn't okay with this, I wouldn't have sent it 100,000%. So, and let me be clear, this is not because I got banned. This is not because I got kicked out the server. I don't fucking care about that. That's not even on my priority list. What I want to do is provide help for the younger members, in particular, ages 13 to 17, who are about to suffer come 2026. And I feel like as though, as a game show community, we are failing our younger youth. Because as I've shown on my channel, well, yes, not every youth should be evolving in the community, 100%. I do think we should be opening these doors. Because when I was in these kids' age groups in high school, I wanted to be in these game show groups. I wanted to be, one of the family. It was one of my dreams in high school, and I felt like as soon as I stepped into doing this in YouTube, it made me feel like I'm achieving something. And even after this will be my 12th year on this channel. I have changed exponentially from when I started, and I feel like, you know, I don't get enough credit for that. So I want to bring up some facts. I'm gonna bring up some everything. So this is the post. We're gonna read it together. I know I've been delaying it. Hello, Tom and Army. I want to provide my thoughts and insights as to what I have been saying and saying in the streams of late, and I want to make the post to be transparent with you all. Because this is not, because let me back up a little bit. This was not the first time I mentioned it. I've mentioned it on stream a couple times. I have said the displeasure of what I've seen, not with just Game Show Brain Rot, but also, well, the Game Show Brain Rot mostly, but also how the communities have been behaving as of late. And I want to make sure, and I want you to keep in the back of mind, disclaimer, I will be adding users and calling people out by name. This is no way to be offensive or hurtful to these creators and individuals, and I want no one to harass or bully these users based on what is being said here. Note, I put this disclaimer up in particular because I know how some people are on my channel and across the internet. I don't want y'all to go crash out, lose your access to be in this community, lose your access over a simple mistake, over something I can actually handle myself, if you want to know the truth. And I want to be upfront too, because was this necessary? Than adding people? No. But at the time, I was like, it was to bring awareness to these users. It was nothing more than to put some examples out there. Now, we're going to get into the notes I have in a second, but we're going to continue reading this. To the game show community, I'm at the point I'm not liking videos anymore when it comes to down to users having the mindset of being just like MVG or GSC. And I want to be clear, no shade to these guys, but my environment has always been to loosen up and they're tight and quite frankly unfair guidelines and procedures, which I think is fair because I feel like objectively they do have some. They're a little too tough on these users. I feel like there's a lot of these users should be shining. A lot of these users have potential, but none of the users in GSC or MVG give them that spotlight, which is fair enough. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I will always bring a fun and relaxed environment to my game shows that I bring to the channel. However, as of late, there has been a lack of soul or fun that's being put into this passion, not just for myself, but others who do this as well, and I attribute this to the AI brain rot ideologies, where users just want to take the easy way out of these game shows and take the lazy approach to progress the game forward. Now, this is not a shot towards anyone I mentioned, but I've been long gone from gaming shows productions who I defend some of their users. I can't defend Irene Namer. Absolutely was a troll. I'm not going to detail her because I know other channels have talked about her and I'm not going to repeat it. Absolutely a virus for this reason, but I do think while Pressure Luck or PYL can get away with using the spin board because at least for the game's case, the trivia was a pace breaker. In my opinion, the expedition question round was god awful, which I still believe it. I probably should capitalize. I don't know if I should have capitalized God or not, but like, hindsight's 2020. If I did, I apologize. Things like the number guessing and Wheel of Fortune is completely unacceptable, and it has taken a rip effect of how we have to reinvent these shows for you all. Yoku, who has been helping me through the pyramid and who I have allowed to record Super Password in my server, has been fed up with getting the same people. Why I salute the regulars who come in day in and day out to play. We also need fresh blood who wants to try out these shows. This is the part where I was talking about the minors. I know for a fact, I want to explain this in a nice way. Adults who want to be weird with minors and inappropriate with them have no place here. However, I don't think that is a bad thing when an adult and a minor hang out and do like something completely normal, like record game shows, make videos, game, whatever. I think that's fair game. I think that it is a sin to have that be a thing. Now, do I think everyone should be talking to minors willy-nilly? No. Like, do it at to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Take it to a level where both sides are getting respected for both guy and girl, adult and minor. But I also do think limiting your audience to be 18 plus for a genre that, hold on, I'm going to pull up right now. We can go to Google right now. What TV genre does game shows fall under? To my knowledge, you so we said TV rating. No, rating, dumbass. Duh. I think it's G. TVG, general audience, or TVPG, parental guidance suggested. So basically, if you don't know what that means, general audience means encompasses all the audiences from young and old. PG means kids can watch this under parent supervision, which I think is fair. Which makes sense because most game shows are typically, it's one of these two ratings. Very rarely you'll see a game show above PG. And most of the time, I would say, especially for your main hitters, G is pretty much dead on the spot for the ratings. So, with this being said, I'm going to go back to the post. Now, we are not shaming people here with the legit reasons for not playing or participating in these shows at all because we usually have a heads up prior. But as soon as something doesn't go y'all way or y'all not need it, people just did without notice. It's understandable. It was a one-time thing, but this is a consistent issue. I'm gonna read this next line before I speak. Actually, as for my peers in this space, we gotta stop this lack of passion and creativity being the norm in the game show community. We gotta give others more of a voice and a platform to put their name out there and build, because in my opinion, this is the number one issue with MVG, GSC, and others like them that face right now. Let me first point. Again, there is so for those who have legit reasons to not be in these shows, like, I get it. Life is a bitch. Let's keep it a buck. Life is a bitch. So 100% understandable. We just want you to be open and transparent and tell us. I guarantee you, if you open, I hope you know this, closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths will never get fed in this generation / community. Like, if something personal happens and it comes out of the blue, 9 times out of 10, we'll adjust for it. And we will understand. Because, shit happens. Fortunately, life is just full of unpredictions, and it sucks. There's a lot of talented hosts and creators that just never get the chance unless they submit their policies, and I find that just to be morally wrong, and a huge reason I did what I did earlier this year. It was because I was not going to be silenced by MVG or GSE any longer. Now, someone from those groups or anyone who want to have a good faith conversation about this, just like I did with Turd Ferguson. Shout out to Turd Ferguson for that convo. You all know my Discord server /info. Please reach out because I'm open to ideas to build this community and build this community back to what it once was: fun, creative, and passionate. Which I'm still to this day open for the conversation. So, I'm not going to show you the post they said. But, when I made this post, it was more so out of good faith and try to give feedback. Because, you know how everyone buys stuff online. You know how people leave reviews for movies, television shows. There's going to be different ratings, positive, neutral, or negative. And I'm a fair believer as a creator. If you have the right to fairly critique, keyword fairly, because I'm not trying to, be biased. Fairly critique these users and say what they're doing right and what they need to improve and grow on, which I think every creator can agree. And the fact that what happened next is absolutely shocking. So when I make this post, I'm gonna spare you for this bottom part. It basically just tells me, to TLDR, it's just how I'm frustrated. I just express my feelings at the end, and how frustrating it is to see us fall this far. Now, I wrote down some notes. I will try to read as much as I can. I have only 30 minutes till less than 30 minutes till I get on VALORANT, so I am going to cut some of this short. I'm going to ask these 10 questions and this is coming, and yes, I am going to call this person out by name. This is not an attack. This is not to shame these people. I just want to ask these 10 questions sincerely and honestly to this person. The owner of GSE, Patrick Murphy. Let me go back to the homepage, actually. Patrick Murphy, in your next response, I want you to answer these questions 100% honestly, because I need to tell the truth. Before I tell you these questions, you don't know what they did. You want to know what they fucking did? They basically took my words and interpret them as to me dragging out drama, me dragging out and getting involved with drama. Like, I get that y'all don't want to be a part of drama. That's fine. But I do think it is immature and disrespectful for you all to not, because I'm gonna pause this video and let y'all read this post. Y'all can read this yourselves, because I read it so many times and all I see is complete contradictions. If you are more scared about facing drama than what I try to critique, your priorities are messed up. And you're part of the problem. Because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If you're more pissed off about me adding you, giving all critique, me adding you and involving you in something that you may not have known, more so than the constructive feedback I tried to give. Now, it's one thing if I had bashed y'all and said something completely unprovoked about y'all that simply isn't true, and just said, try to slander y'all. That's one thing. But I never did that in that post. Not once. We can go back and read the post right now if you want. What pisses me off is the lack of transparency and understanding, comprehension. Because what I see in all of this, because I was right in I just find it funny at the same time, no offense. I'm doing what they did in June and July. Now the gun is on the other side on my table, it's not fun having the rabbit having the gun. Whatever that quote means, you know what I'm trying to say. But now that I have the position of power and the position to uphold what I believe in, and the fact that I took the more mature road, like, realistically, I could have responded a lot faster. I really could have. But I chose not to. You want to know why? Mental health, and to take notes, and to reflect. Had they have done, I guarantee you right now, had they have said, we do not personally like to be tagged, however, we do understand feedback and criticism, and we do appreciate any feedback, positive, neutral, or negative, I wouldn't have been mad. Y'all can say y'all disagree with the feedback, that's fine. But them at least acknowledging my feedback and my concerns, that's all I ever asked. It's like, bro, and what I did, and the reason why I did what I said, it's like, let me pull up some examples. No, Time and time again, we get on those who tag us, dragging us into something that we should not involve us in the first place. This goes for people who are part of GSC and acted unprofessionally and have broken the rules. First of all, let me break some shit down. This would be a semi-acceptable response had this channel had 500k subs, 100k subs. This channel has only 700. But mind you, and this is not me trying to compare my channel to GSE. I'm only at 515. I'm not that far behind y'all. And when you act childish, and when I see the childish and projecting of your insecurities and toxicity with these posts, of course I'm going to respond. And of course, and honestly, it makes me double down, especially when I said or did nothing wrong. With that being said, before I ask the questions, I want to show you the second post. And I want to explain something. I, for one, made those posts. The two posts the first post and the one I said I needed time to respond. I put in disclaimers. Do not send these people hate. And I sent them in good faith because because if the roles were reversed, and they said, if the roles were reversed, basically, and they said no hate, I personally would have respect that. Like, don't send hate to me, because I wouldn't send hate to y'all. Like, can y'all hear my... Hold on, let me make sure y'all can hear my music. Hold up. Thank you. Oh, by the way, everyone in the comments, in the chat right now, thank you for all what you're saying. Hey, and I appreciate those who are admitting to their mistakes and guilty of this. I definitely think it's good to take accountability. And I will say this right now. I take full accountability for what I've said, what I've discussed, and all the errors I've done in the past, the present, and the fucking future, because I'm a fucking human being. And these people are so out of touch with being human. They don't know how to fucking feel. They don't have emotions. And I'm about to break this shit down. I love how you're going to call me a bully when you are bullying my channel, disrespecting my voice, disrespecting my opinions, and disrespecting my community. And furthermore, I find it, when I hear shit like, if you are as a community, as a community, you find us as a threat, and we get on your skin, cool. I find that as projecting, because realistically, you don't get under my skin. I get under your skin. Because when I see this kind of text and what is, you know what I'm saying, this kind of messaging is, this person is mentally and let me, before I say this. This is, again, not a shot to anyone. But it shows the lack of maturity and mental, I was going to say mental maturity, but that's not right. The emotional IQ, that's the word I was looking for. It shows the lack of emotional IQ between both of us. And respectfully, I'm going to say this right now. I have more, and I think after this, I can prove it right now based on what I've said and what I'm seeing. I have more emotional IQ than Pat Murphy. I have more emotional IQ than some of these people who are up high in these chairs. And it's unfortunate, because some of these people are a lot older than I am. Sorry, I just got a message that a word that Xfinity might turn off the Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully, if it stream ends, then I'll gladly put the notes for Google Drive on download for everyone to see. But here's my 10 questions. Do you feel like your community, and this goes straight for Patrick Murphy, we're not calling you James So Important. We're going to call you by your real name, Patrick Murphy, because that's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm directing this to. And I'm not trying to offend nobody. Do you feel like your community is welcoming to all viewers, young and old? On paper, you could say yes. In practice, no. And that's just my opinion. Number 2, if the roles were reversed and you were in my shoes, how would you feel being called out for something you were not trying to make or point out in the first place? Number 3, do you believe in fair speech and constructive feedback from any channel, big or small? Think about these questions very carefully, because I took these notes very, very, very seriously. Number 4, first question. Let me recap. Do you feel like your communities are welcoming? Let me start over. Do you feel like your community is welcoming to all viewers, young and old? Number 2, how would you feel if both of our roles were reversed? And number 3, do you believe in fair speech and constructive feedback from any channel, big or small? Number 4, piggyback off the third question. Would you accept negative feedback from someone who has less subs or followers, or vice versa? This is a simple yes or no question. Number 5, do you think adults can create game show content that can appeal to minors in a general audience take, or to make it a kid-friendly audience? Now, obviously on YouTube, there is this thing called COPPA, and if you appeal to kids, you lose like a lot of benefits for making kid-friendly only content, which is why I personally recommend no doing it if you're a game show creator. But that will be question number 6. Or number 5, my fault. Number 6, this is a good one. At the rate you are going and at the current setup you are, do you think your channel will survive with 100K subs minimally, if not more? Number 7, do you think your server has issues and problems that need to be addressed right now? Oh, this is going to be a good one. Now, recap the last 4 questions. Would you accept negative feedback from a channel that's bigger or bigger subs and followers, or vice versa? Number 5, do you think adults can create game show content that appeals to a minor audience in a general audience, or made for kids? Do you think your channel will hold up with over 100K subs? And number 7, do you think your server has community and /server has issues that need to be addressed right now? This is going to be the one I'm going to tell you right now. Do you think, and this is a simple yes or no, do you think your channel will be and community will be just as successful, if not bigger, without MBG's help? Yes or no question. Because I can tell you right now, the big difference between my channel and GSE's, they need MVG. I don't. I can stand on my own 2 feet. Without game shows, Tom and 256, Casey James Kearney is still Tom and 256, Casey James Kearney. Without MVG, and let me rephrase that. Without MVG in game shows, Tom and 256, Casey James Kearney is Tom and 256, Casey James Kearney. Without MVG in game shows, what's the Game Show Emporium? Number 8, Do you believe in an adult and a minor having an interaction that's respectful for both sides? And number 10, this is going to be a good one. Do you think minors who have a passion in game show should follow that dream and be create a account on social media posting these game show content? Simple yes or no. Now, I don't want to be the one who comes up with all the negativity and mess and all that. And let me be clear when I say this, I don't have all the answers right now. This is a problem that's going to take a lot of solutions and a lot of